everyone, welcome to Prime Cut, Default Prime's weekly video game news roundup. I'm your host, Steven Snake Lindsay, and look, we finally got a green screen. That means our production value have went up from about a 4 to, let's say, a 6. Anyways, on this week's broadcast, we'll be talking about how an American game designer is being sentenced to death in Iran. Also about Xbox Live Arcade's House Party 2012's lineup. Also, we'll be talking about how Star Wars The Old Republic has got an award in the Guinness Book of World Records. And finally, we'll talk about how Noby Noby Girl has finally reached a landmark. There's been a lot of rumors going around as of late involving the next generation of consoles from both Microsoft and Sony. Heck, there was even a lot of rumors going around that the next Xbox would be at the CES convention. Did it happen? No. Although we did learn that the Kinect for the PC would cost $100 more than the 360 version. But on the PlayStation front, Kaz of Sony stated that they've always viewed Sony as having a 10-year life cycle, and that there's no reason to rush out a new console into the marketplace. Andy House of Sony also mentioned that there wouldn't be any showcasing of consoles at E3, which Kaz as well confirmed wouldn't be happening. Now that those rumors have been put to rest, then again, this is the internet, it's never fully put to rest. Let's see how many more rumors can spread about the next Xbox. With its release into the wild just about a month away, the guys behind SSX have decided to start a series of weekly videos that will be released every Monday, and it's called SSX Monday. In the first trailer shown, we get a showcase of Mac doing his work and performing his walking the dog Uber move. It's been a while since we've gotten to see him play as a crew in SSX, so it's good to see some of the oldies returning. Game designer and former US Marine Amir Hekmati has been sentenced to be executed in Iran. Amir had started working under the employment of Kuma Reality Games in Iran and was detained in late August. It was then shortly after that an alleged confession was published that claimed he had come to Iran for the sole purpose of helping to develop propaganda-based games which were being made to, end quote, manipulate public opinions in the Middle East. The confession went on to claim that Kuma Games is contracted by the CIA to develop software which pushes American policy into the Middle East. Said confession continued even further in December when on Iranian television, Amir confessed even further by saying he was assigned by the CIA to work as a double agent within the Iranian government, with the goal being to provide false intel to the Iranians and reporting back to the US governments. The US government currently has continued to deny these accusations and cited Iran's history of coercing false confessions out of detained Americans. This conviction could also be helped in parts to the history of Kuma Games, who have been creating games that involve hunting down and killing infamous terrorists, and more recently, involving Iran in disbanding their nuclear program. The White House is currently trying to get the Swiss embassy to give Amir legal counsel, as well as a call for release. We can just hope that something is done about this soon, and that someone else isn't executed due to being American. Rocking the house for the XBLA's upcoming house party will be 4 big games, but the big 2 that will be likely highlighting it are Alan Wake American Nightmare and I Am Alive. Other games that finish up the lineup are EA's Warp and THQ's Nexus. The house party is planned to start on February 15th, but the order and release date for each individual games are not just known quite yet, nor a price for each of the games. Suda51, the only successful Suda from the Suda trials, has a new trailer out for his upcoming game, Lollipop Chainsaw, and this one features a new boss, possibly the main big bad boss of the entire game. This guy's name is Swan. He's a goth who's became fed up with everything and everyone, so he's decided to take over the world with zombies. This trailer doesn't show as much gameplay as some other trailers prior, but it does help to reveal more of the story, which is one thing that I've been wondering about since I've started hearing about this game. And now I can't wait to see and hear more about this game, or really anything from Suda. I'm a huge fan of the Metal Gear Solid saga. I mean, seriously, didn't you see me with my Metal Gear Solid shirt at the beginning of this video? Though I must admit, I'm getting a little tired of some of these games just being remade and remade and remade. Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater is apparently going for the most remakes out of the series. Let's see, there was the original, Subsistence, the HD remake, the 3DS version, and also a PS Vita version coming out as well. Now, if you never picked up any of those versions just yet, and you have a 3DS and have been waiting for Snake Eater 3D for so long, you'll be happy to know that the wait isn't going to be much longer. Operation Snake Eater will be a go on February 21st. We can just see how well the 3D does in this game, and if it makes it stand out from the other versions of this game. So far, Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City is appearing to take a different approach from previous games in the series. That's not necessarily a bad thing either. The latest trailer shows no gameplay at all, but only a cinematic of US Spec Ops versus Umbrella Security Services versus zombies. Oh, and Mr. X shows up as well, or if you want to be technical, the Tyrant T-103. All I can say throughout this trailer is, hey, wouldn't this be neater if there was some type of gameplay going on as well? Yeah! If this trailer has got you hot under the collar, Operation Raccoon City will be released on March 20th for PS3 and Xbox 360, with a PC version coming sometime later. It is now official! Because for anything to be official, it has to be in the Guinness Book of World Records! With over 200,000 lines of recorded dialogues and hundreds of credited actors, Star Wars The Old Republic has obtained the award, or title, or whatever you want to call it, for having the largest entertainment voiceover project out there. That title will probably stay in place for quite a while, unless some other upcoming MMORPG decides to get a ton of voiceovers. Or if WoW decides to have voiceovers for all the NPCs out there. This just in. Noby Noby Girl has wrapped herself around Uranus. Snickering is apparent in all parts of the world right now. Seriously though, I think many might find it hard to believe, but Noby Noby Boy, released way back in the old time of February 2009, is still having several people play the game to this day. One of the unique things about the game is that your character, Noby Noby Boy, can grow larger and larger, but that's not all. By doing so, Noby Noby Girl also goes further into space, wrapping herself around planets. Now, this is a team effort, as it's not just your scores that make her grow, but everyone else's scores out there as well. So, due to everyone's effort, she has now reached Uranus, and is now on her way to Neptune. You can get the game on PSN if you still haven't, and maybe if you want to try it as well. It costs a low price of $4.99, and you can also get it on your iOS device as well. And with that last intriguing piece of information, that brings us to the end of this week's broadcast. For the latest in gaming news, visit and bookmark our website, defaultprime.com. Also, subscribe to our YouTube for our weekly news broadcast and our reviews and previews. Till next time, gamers.